just want to drive. I really just want to give up on it all. I've spent about a year boring people about my driver's license. It's a really big deal for me. You know, I just want to be that little bit more independent. I don't even know if I can drive a car or if I need modifications, so tomorrow I'm going to have my driver's assessment. And to be honest, I'm freaking out a little. Maybe a lot.
A gentle bit of brake? No, not accelerate, a gentle bit of brake.
Driving to me means having the freedom to go where I want to go and where I want to be. It's really important. I've got cerebral palsy and major hip problems, so I need to have a mobility assessment done. It should be straightforward. The assessment will tell me whether I need modifications. Then I'll start driving and finally sit the test. No probs. Or so I thought. My starting point was the Ministry of Health. They told me to get a driver assessment done by an occupational therapist. The problem being, Ministry of Health don't employ any OTs, and they don't have a list of anyone that does it either. Fortunately, my mates at Attitude have done this before and put me in touch with the driver assessment service. But before they could start, I had to get a priority rating from, guess who? The Ministry of Health. It's a real chicken and egg situation. Turns out I'm a priority too. That means I meet the criteria, but would have to wait maybe another 6 months. But there's no guarantee I even get MOH funding. So I've decided to pay for the off-road and on-road assessments myself. It's setting me back nearly $500 just to find out if I can drive. I have my learner's license, but I have no experience at all behind the wheel. This is currently how I get around, relying on taxis or hoping someone will give me a lift. Hopefully by the end of today, I'll know if I can drive or not. So let's give it a go. Got my car accessories. Thank you. Buses aren't suitable, and I have snapped my kneecap on a bus before with the issue of them not waiting for me to sit down and getting off them. They're always too high and they're always too cold. And the assessment starts with an interview. Then the occupational therapist checks my range of movement, mobility and muscle strength.
Back down.
In my case, the difficulty is in my hips and legs.
Is it about as far as you can move it?
Yeah. Okay. And it's sore.
Is it sore? Yep. Okay, so we'll have a look at the left. How about the left leg? Is it the same with that?
It's a little bit easier, but it's starting to hurt.
Okay, no worries.
Over the years, I've needed numerous operations to help me walk better. And then there's the CP.
It's hard to sort of...
It's hard and it's not going to stay for like a minute.
Okay.
Stage 2 is a computerised assessment, testing vision, hand-eye coordination and reaction times.
And then based on that, we will know what to look for when we go on the on-road drive.
I'm finally in a driver's seat. Sort of.
It's kind of weird. It doesn't feel real at all because it's some dots on a screen. It's kind of a really, really budget video game.
So we've had a crash. Take your foot off the gas pedal, move into the middle. Have a look at what you've got 6 scrapes, and it also recorded 1 crash.
And what does the computer say? As I suspected, computer says no to feet, so we'll just use hand controls. Finally, the third part of the assessment, the on-road part with an instructor in the front and the OT taking notes in the back. All those months of anticipation and frustration come down to this. Will I be okay to drive at the end of the day?
You're in good hands.
I think it's just taken so long to get to here.
Yes,
That's half the
I
problem.
know. Now you see this control here, that's in order to brake or to accelerate. So your right hand will be permanently placed on there. If you were to push this away, just do that gently, push it away.
I'll push it down?
Yeah, away and up actually if you can. That's to brake. That's it.
So is it just rolling at the moment? Or?
Yes, just, well, you always engage.
Did I mention I've never driven a car before?
Down is right. Do it again. That's right. So you can see it here. We're heading towards where that post is. Not hitting the post, of course. No. That's where we're going. And then we'll stop there, okay? So a gentle bit of brake. No, not accelerate. A gentle bit of brake. So you're following that center line.
Well, that was kind of a weird and surreal experience. First time in control of a vehicle. But it's a start. A good start. Still a lot to learn though.
I think with a few more lessons she'll be absolutely fine. Yeah.
At least now I know I am able to drive. I can move on to the next stage, driving lessons, because I really need some. While I'm finding a driving school with a hand control car, I'll have plenty of time to practice this.
Stop.